Tennessee's At Home Learning Series for math. Today's lesson is for all fifth graders out there, though all children are welcome to tune in. This is the 15th lesson in our series. My name is Miss Williamson, and I'm a fifth grade teacher in Tennessee schools. I am so excited to be your teacher for this lesson. Welcome to my virtual classroom. If you haven't seen our previous lessons, you can find them on the Tennessee Department of Education website, www.tn.edu/education. You can still tune in to today's lesson if you'd like, but you may have more fun if you go back and watch the others first, as we'll be building on what we discussed previously. Today, we'll be learning about using the standard algorithm and place value in order to multiply multi-digit numbers. Before we get started, to fully participate in today's lesson, you're going to want paper, pencil, and a surface to write on. Or you can use the student packet for Math Grade 5 Lesson 15 found at the Tennessee Department of Education website. I'll give you a moment to get your things gathered. Excellent. Today we're going to think about multiplying by multi-digit numbers. Last week we practiced multiplying by 2-digit and even 3-digit numbers. Let's take a moment to review how to find the product of a 2-digit by 2-digit number. On your paper, can you write 12 times 15? Let's use place value and the standard algorithm to solve this problem. Remember, when we're multiplying, we work from the right to the left, starting with the smallest place value. In our problems, where has the smallest place value been? That's right, it's been the ones place. So when I go to solve this problem, I'm going to start in the ones place. I want to make sure that the 5 from the ones place is going to visit every digit on top. Then I move from the ones place to the what? That's right, tens, hundreds, and even sometimes the thousands. Okay, what do we need to remember sometimes when we're multiplying? That's right, we need to remember that sometimes we're going to have to regroup. So let's keep that in mind as we move forward. So let's begin. 5 times 2 equals 10. So I put to 0 and I regroup a 1. 5 times 10, because this 1 is worth 10, equals 50, plus the 1 I regrouped is 60. Fabulous work. Now I'm ready to move to the tens place. 10 times 2 equals 20. 10 times 10 times 10 equals 100. And so I have two partial products. If you remember in the last lesson, we talked about how when we multiply by the tens place, we noticed that we were seeing a pattern and a 0 in that second partial product. Let's continue looking for that pattern today. Now what do we do to find our end product? We add them. We add our partial products to find our final answer. And our final product is 180. Fantastic work. We're going to keep expanding our knowledge on multiplying by multi-digit numbers. Today, we're going to work with some 3-digit by 2-digit numbers. First, let's start with this problem. 537 times 24. 537 times 24. Oh, you're right. This is very similar to what we worked on yesterday. What do you notice that is a little bit different? Exactly. There are no zeros in our factor. Do you think this will change the process? Let's find out. Starting with the ones place, remember, in 24, we're going to multiply each of the digits in our top number, 537. Just like yesterday, we can't forget to regroup if needed. So 4 times 7 equals 28. So I'm going to write down the 8 and regroup the 2. 4 times 30 equals 120. plus the two tens I just regrouped is 140. So I need to put a 4 in the tens place and regroup the 100. 4 times 500 equals what? 2,000. But I can't forget that I also regrouped a 100. So that gives me 2,100 for my first partial product. Now where do we go? You remembered. We need to multiply our next number. We need to multiply our next number by the tens place or the 20. So we do the same thing where we have to go to all the digits on 537. So 20 times 7 equals 140. So we're going to put 40 and we're going to regroup the 100. Keep in mind, we're looking for that 0. Do we notice it again? It sure is there. 20 times 30 is 600, plus the 100 I regrouped is 700, and 20 times 500 is what? That is 10,000. Plus, did I regroup anything on that one? I sure didn't, so I don't need to add anything. And remember, in a previous video, I showed you that it would be good to mark these out or erase them so that we don't get confused about did we regroup for this partial product or not. So that's one thing I suggest because I almost myself got confused. All right, so 8 plus 0 is 8, 4 plus 4, 8, 7 plus 1, 8, 2 plus 0, 2, and 1. And so our final answer is 12,888. That was amazing work. Are you seeing the connections to the work we have done all week? Fantastic. One of the benefits to using the standard algorithm is that the process does not change much when we add more digits. It just becomes longer. Did this match what we did yesterday? Yes, it sure did. What was different? That was it. The only thing different about today's number is that we didn't multiply by any zeros, which sometimes can make it easier to keep track of our numbers. Let's try another one to make sure that we have it. Are you ready? 236 times 32. All right, just like the last one, we're going to start in the ones place of 32. The 2 will go to every digit in the top factor. So let's start. 2 times 6 is 12. What do I do from here? That's right. I put down a 2 in the ones place and I regroup my 10. Now I'm going to go to the 30. 2 times 30 equals 60, plus the 10 I regrouped is 70. Now I'm going to go to the 200. 2 times 200 is 400. I didn't have anything regrouped, so I'm just going to write 4 in the hundredths place. Fabulous. Now what comes next? You remembered. Excellent work. We're going to multiply by the 3, the 30. So 30 times 6 is 180. So we're going to put down the 80 to the tens place, and I'm going to regroup a 100. This time I use a different color so that I know that this is my regrouping for the second partial product. Once again, we're seeing that 0 when we multiply by a 10. 3 times 3, or 30 times 30, is 900, plus the 100 I just regrouped is 1,000 or 1,000. So I'm going to need a 0 in the hundredths place, and I'm going to have to regroup 1,000. Now, 30 times 200 is 6,000, plus the 1,000 we just regrouped is 7,000. Now, these are my partial products. What am I going to do with my partial products? You're right. We're going to add them. 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 8 is 15. Regroup. 4 plus 1 is 5. So our final product is, read it with me, 7,552. All right. Let's review. We've multiplied multi-digit numbers by two-digit numbers using the standard algorithm. Let's remember, when we're multiplying numbers, we want to work from the right to the left, starting with our smallest value digit. In our first problem, or in all of our problems, that's been what place? That's right, we've started in the ones place on our bottom factor. Then we move to the tens place, the hundreds, and sometimes even the thousands. We also have to remember that sometimes when we multiply, we're going to have to do what? That's right, we're going to have to regroup. Let's continue practicing that multiplication. Listen to the problem and follow along. Work the problem as I do. 537 times 21. Where do we start? You're really getting the hang of this. You're right. We start in the ones place of 21. So remember, we have to go to every place value in our top factor. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 3 tens, or 30, is 30. 1 times 500 is 500. So we have multiplied 531 one time. What do we have to do next? Excellent work. We need to multiply by 20. Well, 20 times 7 is what? 20 times 7 is 140, which means I'm going to have to write 40 and regroup a 100. We're seeing that 0 again. 20 times 30 is 600, plus the 100 I regrouped is, I heard it, 700. Fabulous work. Now I'm moving on. 20 times 500 is, excellent, 10,000. I did that wrong. It's 1,000. No, I was right the first time. 10,000. 10,000. And so I need a 0 and a 1. And now we have to remember to add our partial products together to get our final product. 0 and 7, 3 and 4, 5 and 7 is 12, regroup a 2, 1, and 1. And that gives me what as my final product? 11,277. Let's work another problem together. Write this problem down on your paper. 437 times 34. What should we multiply first? You are amazing. You know to start in the ones place and to multiply the 4 by each digit in 437. Can you do that all by yourself? And then we'll go over and check our work together. Did you get 1,748? 4 times 7 is 28. You wrote your 8, you regrouped your 2. 4 times 3 is 12, 13, 14. We wrote the 4 and regrouped the 1. 4 times 4 is 16, plus the 1 we regrouped is 17. Fabulous. Now, what did you do next? Good, you would multiply by the 30. Can you work that out by yourself? Can you multiply by the 30? Okay, I'm hearing several of you ask that we do this part together. So let's do that. Let's go over it. Are you ready? Sometimes it helps to do those partial products over to the side. So remember, it's 30 first. 30 times 7 is 210. So I'm going to write my 10 and regroup my 2. Good. 30 times 30 is 900, plus the 200 I just regrouped is 1,100. So what's going to go in the hundredths place from that problem? That's right, the 1, and I'm going to regroup a 1. Now the last one is 30 times 400 is 12,000, plus the 1 I regrouped, which was 1,000. Do you remember? Now gives me 13,000. So we need to write 13,000. All right. Now, what do I do from here? What do I do with my partial products from here? You are absolutely right. You know exactly what to do. Partial products get added. So let's do that. 8 plus 0 is 8. 4 plus 1 is 5. 7 plus 1 is 8. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 1. And we get the final product of 14,858. Now I want you to do one completely on your own. I know you can do it. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll check our work together. Are you ready? I'm so excited to see how well you do. Please, on your paper, write 421 times 25. You have about 30 seconds. Keep up the hard work. Excellent. Did you remember to start in the ones place of your bottom factor? Did you remember for your bottom factor to visit every place value on top? 5 times 5 is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 20 was 100. So we put a 0 and we regroup a 100. 5 times 400 is 20 hundredths, or 2,000, plus the 100 we regrouped is 21 hundredths, or 2,100. Remember, sometimes it helps out to the side to write those numbers down. I apologize, the bell at the school just went off. Hopefully that did not interrupt us too much. Beautiful. Now, did you move over to the tens place? I bet you did. And we have to remember again that tens place is going to visit all the place values on top. Remember that 2 is not worth 2, it's worth, you got it, 20. So 20 times 1 is 20. We're seeing a pattern here again. Remember, when we're multiplying by the tens place, our partial product is ending up with a 0 in the ones place. That's a good connection to remember. 2 times 2, or 20 times 20, is 400. And 20 times 400 is what? Look at that. 20 times 400 equals 8,000. So what am I going to do with these partial products? Once again, you are absolutely right. We are going to add them. 5 and 0 is 5. 2 and 0 is 2. 1 plus 4 is 5. 8 plus 2 is 10. All right, and so we end up with a final product of 10,525. Amazing work. I am so proud of you. Great work, students. Today we reviewed using the standard algorithm to multiply with a focus on multi-digit numbers. I hope you're seeing some connections to multiplying with a focus on 2-digit numbers. You sure did a great job. After the video, you will have some problems to practice on your own. Good luck and remember to do your best, and I know you will. I will show you your independent practice problems now, or you can find them in the student section on our website, www.tn.gov/education. I have so enjoyed reviewing the standard algorithm of multiplying with a focus on multi-digit numbers with you. Thank you for inviting me into your home, and I look forward to seeing you on our next lesson in the Tennessee at Home series. Bye, guys.